Hey everyone, Jim Phoenix here, and today at GenCon I'm with Nick right now, and he did the Eldritch Automata. I can't say it. What's it?
Eldritch Automata, Eldritch Automata, whatever you want to say, it's perfect.
Tell us a little bit about the game.
Okay, so the short pitch is the game is about piloting a giant 80-meter tall mech.
Nice.
And you're fighting against eldritch abominations that want to eat you, that are being controlled by angelic alien nightmares that want to enthrall you. Oh, and your mech is slowly killing you, but you need to use it, so you got no choice.
Right, so it's basically I was like, that's my car. My first car was a mech, by the way. It slowly killed me through exhaust fumes coming up through it. So when you're doing this, and this is your first GenCon?
Yes.
What's the experience like seeing the gamers pop to your something you created?
Like anytime we run like games at any sort of convention, it always is like kind of like an ethereal experience. Like they come in, they're here for my game. I mean, especially at GenCon, like they're paying money, they're buying tickets,
right,
you know, for my game, and then coming through and just, you know, I always end up having to kind of peek my head in, take a look, you know, give a gander, and most of the reaction has been super positive, and it's a great experience. There's nothing quite like it.
No, the game sounded fantastic. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I couldn't wait. Now, what made you think about the game? Well, how did you, from creation, first thought until box?
So the game creation started back in 2017. I was playing with an online group, and all we did was play, like, you know, we were doing online games,
right.
Couldn't find anything physical, and we were very much into like the same spheres of things, like anime, action, a little bit of horror here and there. Cool. And so one of my greatest inspirations is I always loved things like Godzilla, and I always loved Evangelion, and kind of trying to marry those two concepts together. It actually started as like an Evangelion hack, and it was built and powered by the Apocalypse. So real, you know, 'cause that was like super popular at the time. So built the kind of first draft in that, ran it, you know, very janky, but I learned two things from that.
Yes.
One, it was that this was a cool idea and I should keep on it. And two is I needed to switch to a new system because combat was super important. And so kind of from there, I just started building it out.
That's very cool.
Started scratching the serials off of my favorite inspiration, started building lore. You know, every year I just add a little bit more. And then come about 2019, I bought Alien RPG, and I really liked the system, and I was like, year zero, this is something super interesting.
Yeah.
But at that time, they didn't have an open license yet, so I was still trying to like build it out in it and be like, well, I'll just release this as like an unofficial, like, you know, third-party supplement, not selling Bruce for free. And then 2022 came about, and they released the first open license for it. And I said, you know, this is something that we can really do. So I brought the idea to my business partner, Ian, with Gehenna Gaming, and he looked at it. I had basically all the mechanics done, everything.
So cool.
Yeah, and he was like, let's do this. So the rest has been history.
And that's the best thing, is like games can inspire other games, and your love and passion can make you meld something into something brand new. You know, we teach it synthesis. You have this and this, you make it something your own. Now, what would you give budding gamers, brand new people trying to get into game making? What kind of advice would you give them?
So anyone that wants to get into game making, I would say play different systems. Play as much as you can of everything. Like, and I mean, you know, not just D20 stuff, not just D6 stuff. Like, play everything. You know, play the good, play the stuff that people will tell you is bad. You know, whatever your personal preference. Even if it's not all great, it's all a lesson. Yeah. And you're gonna learn design things from there, like stuff that you like, stuff that you don't like. And kind of from there, you'll just Frankenstein and mishmash into a new idea. And I kind of think that's how every game is approached nowadays. You know,
I think so. Which is great. That's a great idea, because a lot of people get into the lane and like, I only do this deep, you know, 5th edition, that's all I do is this and this. But then you're missing out the entire world of gaming. And you can get to mix and match. Now, one last thing. What online game were you playing?
What online game?
Yeah, you said you were an online gamer.
Oh, for
no,
what TTRPG I'm playing right now, or like what video game I'm playing?
Whatever you want to answer with.
Okay, so video game, I'm still super into Final Fantasy 14. I play a shit ton of that. My partner just perfected Stardew Valley, and we had an agreement that if she could perfect Stardew Valley, I would have to start playing that. So I'm also playing Stardew Valley.
Oh my god.
TTRPG next week, when we're finally, you know, we're finally recovered from GenCon, I have a home game. We're playing Alien RPG, so like one of my favorite systems. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then hopefully going to see Alien Romulus the next weekend.
That looks so good. By the way, Alien's got a VR game coming out soon.
Yeah, it's like
looks scary edge.
I know. I love that. I remember trying to play Isolation in VR, and I was like, oh my god.
No, I can't wait to give myself a heart attack. Well, great. And guess what? If you missed Gen Con, there's always PAX.
Yep, PAX U. It's a little bit smaller. You only got 3 days versus 4, but pretty much a lot of the same things, just more personable. And you know, I'm a little biased, but it's in the winter. You know, it's a little bit cooler. Not like you're not sweating yourself while you're in here.
Yes.
And it's in my favorite city, my hometown, Philadelphia.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
East Coast, born and raised.
Nicely done.
So, very excited. Love PAX U. We'll be there, and then definitely much more official capacity. We'll have a booth and everything. So come play Eldritch Automata if you want to.
That's awesome. You know, I will be there too, and we can't wait. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah. Thank you.